the blue line, gets you every time. The Orangeville Flyers versus the Markham Waxers. Nickel off the draw, picks it up, chips it in over the blue line for Guglietti. Waxers send it back through neutral ice to the Flyers blue line. Way skates through traffic, gets the red line, and offside. Nickel takes the draw again, gets Felix, picks over that loose puck to Guglietti along the far boards. Waxers chip it to the blue line, Way dumps it back in. Felix behind the net, gets taken out. Waxers send the puck to the far corner, up to the blue line and up through neutral ice. Jeffrey Stedman clears it out for a second. The Waxers bring it back in. Odd man rush thrown towards the net, steered out of the way by Way. Nickel sends the puck to the Flyers blue along the far boards. Okay, Nickel overskates it. Way slow to it. Waxers chip it in. Send it cross ice to the near boards. Felix is there, picks up that loose puck. Steps off the boards around the winger and brings it down the center ice. Felix takes it to the near corner. Before he gets bumped off of it, Waxers send it to the near side to their own blue line and skate it down. Waxers back in the Flyers' end. Right around the far boards. Andretti just off his reach. Waxers to the blue line, picked up by DeCamillis. He'll bring it out the far wing. DeCamillis pauses there, backhands it to the corner, clear to the blue line and out. Squirted past Mass. He'll pick it up in his own end. Up to Telford along the far wing, in over the blue line. Telford's got DeCamillis with him. Telford with a shot. Held by the goaltender for a whistle. Telford steps in to take the draw deep in the Waxer zone. Telford wins it to DeCamillis with a quick shot. Andretti with a quick shot. Rebound goes to the far corner to the half boards. Waxers chip that up to center ice. Pass. Dumps it back in the zone. Waxers send it back out. A little bit of back and forth going on here. Loose puck at center ice. Picked up by the Waxers. They'll bring it to the near boards. And chip it in over the blue line. Andretti clears the zone. Waxers fire it back in. Sloan to pick it up. Sloan off the near boards to the blue line. Held there by the Waxers. Second effort, good effort by DeCamillis. Clears the zone. Back to Sloan. Stretch pass to Darling in over the blue line. Darling splits the D. Gets a shot. Bad save. Rebound out the far side. Ambrosio keeps it in. Gets it to the half boards. Picked up by Darling. Darling sends it across to Felix. Felix out front. Intended for Ambrosio. Intercepted by the Waxers. Cleared to the blue line. Kept in by O'Shea to Darling off his backhand. Darling settles that puck down at the blue line. Couldn't hold the line. Darling in neutral ice. Brings it back in over the blue line to the near corner. Throws it out front. Ambrosio with the shot. The Waxers goaltender got a piece of that to keep it out. Back to Darling in the near corner. Darling setting it up. Puck's out front. Lets a shot go. Pad save. Rebound. Comes to the far point. O'Shea somehow kept that in. Shot missed wide of the net. Comes to Darling in the near corner. Darling in front, intended for Ambrosio. Waxers jump all over it. Send it to the far boards, to the blue line and out. Waxers chip it down. That'll be icing. Nichols steps in to take the draw. He wins it cleaned away. Away winds up, lets a shot go, blocked in front by a Waxers player. He'll feel that one for sure. Cleared back to center ice. Wade dumps it back in the Waxer zone. Nickel in on the forecheck. Chases his man behind the net. Waxers clear to the far half boards. To center ice to the near wing. Waxers in over the blue line. Lift that to the near corner. Picked up by Jeffrey Stedman. He pauses, switches direction, sends it out the near side. For DeCamillis. He gets pinned at the boards. Thrown on net, intercepted by a way to keep that shot off Milks. Waxers in the near corner, behind the way. He'll send that hard around the boards to the blue line, not out. Nickel almost got a piece of that one. Lost in skates. Nickel finally gets a piece to Guglietti. Guglietti steps out of the reach of the Waxers winger. Gets the zone. Loose puck. Nickel to Guglietti off the skates. Cleared to the point. Way with a shot. Blocked in front by another Waxers player. Stick this time. Waxers bring it down back in the Flyers zone. Way, a good stick check. Gets the puck to the far corner for DeCamillis. He chips it behind the net. To the near corner. Jeffrey Stedman. Off the near boards to Andrade. Andrade gets it out over the blue line to center ice. Waxers back at their own blue line. Andrade, he strips it in over the blue line. Telford with some good moves to get onside. Drop pass to Telford. Gets it to the far corner. Felix gets taken down in front of the net. Waxers cleared to the half boards. Picked off to the far wing. Down into the Flyer zone. Cross ice pass. Just out of his reach. He trips. Goes in hard to the boards. He's all right. Jeffrey Stedman sends it to the far corner for Maas. Maas up to Andrade at the half board. Andrade to Telford at center ice. Felix got pushed offside to the whistle. Telford steps in to take the draw. Won by the Waxers. Andrade picks it up and chips it to the corner. Waxers pick it up behind their own net, send it out the far side. Good pinch by Maas at the half boards, gets it in deep. Shot just missed wide. Rebound to the near corner. Felix is there. Waxers to the point. Sloan kept it in. Backhand. Couldn't hold the line. Waxers pick it up and bring it out to the Flyers blue line and in. Telford to Andrade at the Waxers blue line. Centering pass to Felix. Felix steps around one. Blocker save. Rebound sat there. Couldn't get a piece of it. Waxers clear to the half boards. Andrade gets there first to send it back to the corner. Three Flyers forwards are on the far side of the ice. Waxers bring it up the near boards to the blue line, kept in by Andrade. He'll dump it in before he peels off for a change. Waxers to the blue line. Just out, offside, and that'll get a whistle. Darling steps in to take the draw. He wins it clean to DeCamillis off his skate to Ambrosio. To Savory. Savory sends it to the Waxers blue line and in. They'll fire it out. Savory at his own blue line again. Darling steps in to help. Waxers strip it from him and send it back in the Flyer zone. O'Shea to Ambrosio at center ice. Ambrosio gets the line. Sends it to the far corner. Waxers send it to the far half boards. To the blue line. O'Shea's there. He dumps it back to the corner for DeCamillis behind the net. A little too far. Comes to the near corner. The Waxers are cleared. To their blue line. Kept in by DeCamillis. Just runs out of room. Waxers back at their own blue line. They'll send it to the near boards, down the ice into the Flyers zone. Icing's waved off. O'Shea back to pick it up to DeCamillis at the half boards. DeCamillis off the boards to the blue line, kept in. Waxers out front, shot, pad saved by Milks. Savory clears that garbage out of the way. Puck back at the point. Missed shot, picked up by Darling. Darling, Ambrosio, DeCamillis in on the rush. Darling pauses at the half point. Shot, missed just wide. Waxers pick it up. Played to the half boards. Just squeaks out. Waxers back in the Flyer zone. Steps around Savory. Milks leaves that one to go wide. Minute and a half to go in the period. Centering pass picked off by Nickel. Bill skated up to the blue line and down the near wing. Nickel takes it deep to the near corner. To the far side, under pressure. Guglietti and Felix step in to help. Puck cleared back to the far corner. Nickel out to Felix, just behind him. He turns, fires it to the point. Flyers defense was peeling off, ready for that other Waxers rush. Savory chips it back in the zone, just offside. 1:07 to go in the first period. Nickel steps in to take the draw, won by the Waxers. Back in their own zone, cleared to the near boards, picked up by Nickel. He'll try to get it deep. Savory at the blue line. Just lost it. Savory turns, fires it back in the zone. Flyers cleared. Waxers behind their net, out to the far boards. Guglietti read that one and got it back in deep. Centering out front, Guglietti picks it up, kicks it to the near corner. Guglietti just overskated it. Waxers pick it up to the half boards. They'll step around Savory and chip it down the ice. Felix, good back check, gets in the way. Drives his man down, picks up the loose puck. Felix catches his head, loses his balance. Loose puck out front. Waxers throw it on net. Milks makes a pad save. Cleared to the point. Shot from there. Missed wide. Savory picks up that loose puck in the far corner. Intended for Nickel. Waxers dump it back in. Waxers still with possession in the Flyers' end. O'Shea. Waxers dump it to the far corner. Guglietti picks it up, tips it off the board. That'll do it for the first period. Start the second period. After a scoreless first, Telford steps in to take the draw. Waxers win it. Pass it up to the Flyers blue line and in. Jeffrey Stedman collects it, turns, fires it up to the Flyers blue line, but not out. Waxers dump it in behind the Flyers goal. Way chips at it, gets it to Jeffrey Stedman in the far corner. Waxers come up with it. Centering pass, Way backhands that to the blue line. That'll come out. Andrade picks up that loose puck, hits DeCamillis in the skate at the blue line. DeCamillis with a shot in the glove of the Waxers goaltender. Telford takes the draw to the right of the Waxers goaltender. He wins it to Andrade with a quick shot, and this just wide. DeCamillis in the far corner, sends it behind to the near side. Waxers to the blue line, kept in by Way. He lets a shot go, blocked in front, high stick. Touched by DeCamillo, so that'll wave that off. Cleared around to the near boards. Centering pass just outside of Jeffrey Stedman's reach. Waxers in deep in the Flyer zone. Cleared out front by Telford to DeCamillo along the half boards to the blue line and out. Waxers dump it back in. Jeffrey Stedman has a minute to look at it. This play sends it to the far boards. Waxers at the point. Lets the shot go. Tipped high. To the far near corner. Clear to the half board, the point. Shot picked up by Andrade. Andrade changes direction, comes up the near wing. Centering pass for Telford. Telford with a shot. He scores! Flyers goal scored by number 29, Callum Telford. Assisted by number 91, Nathan Andrade. 13:32 to go in the second period. Darling off the draw, gets to Ambrosio. He gets driven back in his own zone. Mass along the near boards, clearing attempt, hit a Waxer stick. Darling picks it up and sends it down the ice. Felix along the far boards, just overskated it, hits the brakes, picks it up in the corner. Felix spinning behind the net, throws it out front. Darling has the stick tied up. Waxers cleared to the blue line and out down the near wing. Get over the Flyer zone, shot missed wide of the net, rebound to the far corner. Centering pass off of Mass, cleared to the blue line. Waxers forward, chips it in. Ambrosio steals it, brings it up to the blue line and out. Ambrosio to the near corner, tries to center it. It's a Waxer's stick. Ambrosio picks up the loose puck to Felix. Felix regroups it, shot just wide of the net. Rebound to the near boards, picked up by the Waxers. They'll send it down the ice, just behind Mass, into the Flyer zone. Mass collects that puck behind his own net. Plays with it a little bit. Sends it to the far corner for Darling. Just behind him, Waxers player. And I think Darling's going to the box. They're going to call that tripping. It's pretty weak. The green armband. Flyers trying to kill off this penalty. Nickel steps in for the draw. Won by the Waxers to the slot shot. Blocked in front by O'Shea. He clears it to the far corner before he backhands it to the point. Waxers keep it in, loose puck. Good pressure by the Flyers, but don't get carried away. Shot! Missed just wide. Rebound comes to the near half boards. Savory in the corner to the half boards. Nickel clears it to the blue line, kept in by the Waxer. Shot off Guglietti. He's got a bit of a break. Guglietti picks it up, lets the shot go. Blocker save. Rebound picked up by the Waxers to the near corner. Waxers play it up to center ice on the far boards. In over the blue line. Good stick by Savory to Guglietti. He'll clear the zone. Waxers fire it back into the Flyers' end. O'Shea behind his own net, picks it up in the near corner. He'll fire it down the near wing. Nope, doesn't get all of it. Second effort sends it down the ice. That'll go to the far corner. Waxers just overskated it. Still sitting there. Andrade in on the forecheck, applying pressure. Waxers up the near boards to the blue line. Stripped there by Telford. He'll turn and fire it back in the zone. Waxers bring it out through center ice. Couldn't chip it in. Cross ice pass picked up by Andrade. He lifts that high into the Waxers zone. On net, the Waxers goaltender will hold that for a whistle. 28 seconds to go in the Flyers penalty. 10:39 to go in the period. Telford steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. One by the Waxers to the far corner. Played around the boards. Hopped over the Waxer stick to the point. Jeffrey Stedman keeps in. Lets a shot go just wide of the net. Waxers to the near boards. Passed away down the ice. Icing's waved off. Waxers pick up the loose puck behind the Flyers' goal. Centering pass to the blue line. Shot. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound sitting there. And we'll get the rebound and bury it. Get it back. Darling steps in to take the draw after that Waxer's goal. Scrum draw picked up by Darling. He stabs it forward to Felix, picks it up, in over the blue line, through the defense. Darling behind the net, circles to the far corner, out front for Felix, who gets run over. Darling steps in to take another draw deep in the Waxer zone. One by the Waxers. Felix picks it up, plays it off the boards to the half boards. Waxers pick it up. Skated out over the blue line down through center ice. In the Flyer zone. Mask gets a stick on it, gets it to Ambrosio. Ambrosio cross ice for Felix. Had that hop over a stick. Waxers clear it back out through the blue line. Felix picks it up at neutral ice, gets it to Darling. Darling throws it on that loose puck. Couldn't get the rebound. Ambrosio clears it to the near boards. Waxers down the ice. That'll be icing. .9:24 to go in the second period. Nichols steps in to take the draw. Waxers win it. Guglietti picks it up, has his stick checked. Puck goes to the near corner. Played off the boards. Waxers centering pass. Intercepted by Sloan. He gets it to DeCamillis before he gets stick checked. Waxers back in the Flyers end. Mass chips it out to center ice. Guglietti gets run over. Nickel to Guglietti in the zone. Waxers to the half boards, picked up by Nickel. A little too much on that one. Cleared to the blue line. Waxers get it out. Stopped there by Sloan. Sloan at the near boards. Waxers tried to shove it in. Waxers are offside. Mass collects that puck in the near corner. Sends it to center ice for DeCamillis. DeCamillis in just offside. Nickel in for the draw. Another one won by the Waxers. Guglietti capitalizes on it, chips it into the near corner. Guglietti drives his man into the corner. Clear to the far boards. Savory pinching, keeps it in. Back to Savory to send it to the corner. Waxers send that down the ice. Icing's waved off. O'Shea beats that forecheck, clears it out just over the boards. Telford steps in to take the draw to the right of the Flyers goaltender. He wins it back to Savory. Clears the blue line, kept in by the Waxers. O'Shea in the near corner. Chips it up to Telford, to Andrade along the half boards. Andrade gets it to the blue line, kept in. Back to Andrade, chipped off. Telford gets a piece of it, sends it cross ice for Felix. Felix pauses at the blue line, gets it in deep. Telford, backhand to Felix to Andrade. Andrade with the shot, scores! Flyers goal scored by number 91, Nathan Andretti. Assisted by number 88, James Felix. Flyers goal, 7:42 in the second period. Telford on the draw. Scrum draw. Andretti to Telford. Telford back in over the blue line. He sends it to Felix in traffic. Savory pinching, gets it into the far corner. Waxers turn and fire up the boards. Andretti centering pass to no man. Waxers cleared to the blue line. Kept in by Savory. Andretti has the stick ripped off. Puck brought down by the Waxers to the near far corner. Savory to the half board, stumped back in deep by the Waxers. O'Shea drives his man to the ice. Before he gets a piece of it behind the net, cleared to the near corner. Waxers are there, they'll send it out the far side. Felix up to the backhand of Telford. Nice reception of that pass. Telford in wide. Centering pass, loose puck. Picked up by the Waxers. No change direction to bring it down the ice. Waxers in over the Flyers blue line. They'll just send it around behind the net. Ways there in the far corner. Shovels it up towards the Waxers gate. They got a lot of men on the ice. Back in by Darling into the Waxers zone. Darling still with it in the far corner before he walks out. There's a stick check. Picked up by the Waxers. They'll send it down the far side just over the blue line. Picked up by Darling. He's in over the blue line, runs out of real estate. Hauls it across to the far boards. Deacon Mills picks it up to Ambrosio. Ambrosio gets run over. Darling picks up the loose puck, sends it to the near corner. Waxers around the near boards. DeCamillis has it in skates. Comes to Ambrosio, who sends it back in the corner. Waxers to the half boards. They'll send that cross ice to the far point. Jeffrey Stedman sends it to the Waxers blue line. They'll turn and fire it back in the Flyer zone. Way steps through one, backhands to the blue line, kept in by the Waxers. Darling picks that puck up, gets on his horse, moves down the far wing. Darling and over the blue line. Shot from a steep angle off the post. Rebound cleared behind to the near boards. Way at the point. Steps around one. Way winds up, lets a shot go. Half a mile wide. Waxers pick up that loose puck and pass it up through center ice. Way breaks up that play at the Flyers blue line. He runs over his man. Waxers chip it to the corner behind the net. Jeffrey Stedman in the far corner. Turns, fires it behind to the near side for Way. Way picks it up, skates down the near wing. To the blue line. The nickel. Guglietti's offside by a half a mile. Waxers pick it up. Clear the zone. Ambrosio sends it back in. Waxers dump it back down the ice to the Flyer zone. Jeffrey Stedman in the far corner. Turns, fires up to the blue line. Kept in by the Waxers. The Waxers player alone in front. Jeffrey Stedman behind his net. Sends it out the far boards. Felix applying pressure. Driving it to the blue line. Kicks it out. Felix gets it to the Waxers blue line before he runs out of room. Puck's frozen along the far half boards. .403 to go in the second period. Nickel in for the draw. He wins it, turns, passes to Felix in over the blue line. Felix winds up, lets a shot go, missed just wide. Guglietti gets the rebound, he gets bumped. Puck comes to the near half boards. Mass pinching. Guglietti and Nickel battling along the half boards, trying to dig it out. Guglietti comes up with it in his skates, clears to the far side for Felix. Just stick checked by the Waxers, cleared to the blue line. And out. Flyers dump it back in. Waxers clear it to center ice. Sloan sends it into the Waxers zone to the far corner. Guglietti hits the brakes, trips over his own stick, I think. Waxers cleared to the far corner. Felix is there. Felix walks off the boards, gets it to Guglietti. Nickel picks it up, throws it on net, and they'll cover it for a whistle. Waxers are going to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Telford steps in to take the draw to the left of the Waxers goaltender. He wins that to Andrade. He turns, fires, gets the puck to the near corner. Waxers send it out the far side to the corner. DeCamillis is there, steps around his man. Under pressure, centering pass intercepted by the Waxers. They'll send it off the near boards. Just out of Mass's reach down. Sloan gets back first, sends it off the near the half boards for Andrade, who turns and fires it down. Center ice. Waxers dump it back in the Flyers zone. Mass, he's back, collects the puck in the near corner to Andrade. Andrade across to DeCamillis. He's under pressure to Telford. He sends it off the near boards to himself in over the blue line. Telford drop pass for Andrade. Andrade with the shot. Hitting the glove. Good plays, boys. Good play. Telford in for the draw. He wins it to the near boards, picks it up, sends it back to O'Shea at the point. O'Shea throws it on net, and Waxers goaltender will hold that for a whistle. Darling in for the draw. He wins that clean. O'Shea at the blue line. He keeps it, sends it in, intercepted by the Waxers. They'll bring it down the near wing, get center ice and dump it in the zone. That'll go to the far corner in the Flyer zone. Savory with a good stick keeps it there. Sends it to the near corner. O'Shea to Darling in the corner. Darling up to Ambrosio. Ambrosio out over the blue line through center ice. And over the Waxers' blue line, Ambrosio takes it to the corner before he sends it to the net. Felix gets a stick on it, back to Ambrosio. Ambrosio to the far corner, sets it up, throws it on net, intended for Darling, couldn't quite connect her at the right angle. Darling in the near corner, walks off the boards, out front, shoots, he scores. Flyers goal, power play, number 39, Hudson Darling. Darling steps in to take the draw. He wins it to Felix in over the blue line. Felix takes it to the far corner. Centering pass to Darling, picks it up back in the corner. Darling kicks it to his stick. Back. Waxers to the half boards. They'll drive that to the blue line and out. Way intercepts that pass to the blue line. Waxers get a piece of it and send it back in the Flyer zone. Waxers player all alone out front. Shot, Milks makes the save before the whistle. Flyers got to watch that lone man out front of their net. Nickel in for the draw. 50 seconds to go in the second period. Nickel wins it into the ref skates, back to Jeffrey Stedman off the far boards. Nickel stabs at it, gets it to DeCamillis, who drives it to the blue line and out. DeCamillis, under all kinds of pressure, gets the blue line across to Guglietti, who's standing still. He picks it up in the corner, centers it to Nickel, shot, blocker save. Good reflex, good save. Puck clear to the blue line, Wade pinching, keeps it in. Nickel gets a piece of it, dumps it back into the corner. Guglietti on the puck in the near corner, trying to dig it out of the Waxers player. Fires it around to the far boards. To the Flyers bench. That'll go off of one of the Flyers players. Eight and a half seconds to go in the second period. Nickel on the draw, ties it up, gets it to the far boards. DeCamillis is there, and he'll hold the boards. Chips it to the corner. Waxers played out the near side. That'll do it for the second period. We'll just have to pick up the tripod and run.
Sure, yeah, like with it on attached, whatever.
Start the third period. Flyers are up by 2. Telford in for the draw. He wins it. Back to Mass. Mass chips it to the Waxers blue line. Picked up by Telford. Drop pass to Andretti. He runs out of room. Waxers pick it up. Clear to the center ice. Sloan keeps it there. Picked up by Telford. He'll bring it back in the Waxer zone. Centering pass for Felix. Felix walks around the defense. Shot. Bad save. And the goaltender will cover that for a whistle. Telford off the draw, wins that to Andretti in his feet. He turns and swipes at it, gets it deep. Waxers clear the zone. Waxers up at center ice to the Flyers blue line. Sloan chips that back to center ice. Waxers pick it up and bring it in. The Flyers end. Shot off a steep angle. Blocker saved by Milks. He deflects that rebound to the far corner, near corner. Clear to the front, loose puck. Turn and fired off the post. Waxers with the puck in the near corner of the Flyers' end. Centering pass intercepted by Felix. Felix down through neutral ice. In over the Waxers blue line through the D. Lost it there. Andretti picks up the clearing pass. Loose puck. Still there. Cleared to Sloan at the point. He mishandles it. Keeps it in. Gets it to the far corner almost. Intercepted by the Waxers. They'll send it down the far boards. Settles down behind the Flyers' goal. A little miscommunication by the defense. Mass picks it up, sends it to the blue line. Touched by a Waxers player. That'll go all the way into the Waxers' end. Darling in on the forecheck. Waxers get there first. They'll clear it to the half boards. To center ice. Grabbed there by Savory under pressure. He backhands that into the zone. Waxers back up center ice. Pressure by Darling, gets a piece of it, clears it out. Waxers dump it back in. O'Shea at the Flyers blue line. Gets it to Ambrosio. He chips it along the board in the Waxers end. Waxers cleared back up to center ice. Savory dumps it in. Waxers along the boards to the blue line, kept in by Ambrosio to DeCamillis. He gets tied up. Darling gets the piece of it, backhand. And the goaltender holds that for a whistle. Ambrosio's getting a little pushing. They're going to send him or what?
Yeah. If they broke it up before, if they started pushing it backwards, they would have had to break it up.
Right. Offsetting Miners. Still 5-on-5. Darling in for the draw. One by the Waxers to the far corner, cleared to the half boards. Darling all over his man. Gets a piece of it to DeCamillis at the blue line. DeCamillis brings it to the near wing before he dumps it in deep behind the net for Guglietti. Guglietti comes up to Darling. Darling with a shot, blocked in front. DeCamillis tries to get a shot off as he was falling. Darling in traffic, gets it to DeCamillis. DeCamillis shot over the net. Rebound comes to the far corner. Darling's there. He sends that to O'Shea at the point. O'Shea winds up, lets the shot go, deflected wide by the goaltender to the near corner. Darling picks it up. He gets bumped. Guglietti steps in to help. Guglietti backhands it to the far half boards. Picked up by the Waxers. They'll skate it out. Cross ice. Savory intercepts it, dumps it back in the zone. Darling collects that puck in the near corner. Kicks it behind the net before he walks off the board with it. Darling. Savory was going to go, and then he changed his mind. Darling thought he was going to stick there. DeCamillis in the far corner, near corner. Centering pass picked off by the Waxers. Waxers in the near corner to behind their net. They'll send it out the far side. A little too much for him. Darling gets it to DeCamillis. He's on the skates. Shot. Bad save. Waxers send that puck back out the far half boards to center ice. Savory just fires it back in the zone. Flyers forwards are changing. Two of the three are changing. Waxers in their own zone. Bring it up the near wing to center ice. Guglietti back in the zone with the shot missed wide. Rebound. Nickel to Guglietti. He lost it. Picked up by the Waxers at the blue line, and they'll skate it down the far wing. Waxers in over the Flyers blue line. Shot. Another blocker saved by Milks. Waxers with the puck behind. Wraparound attempt. Loose puck picked up by Felix. Up to Nickel. At the blue line. Nickel brings it to the near wing. Hits the brakes. Cross ice attempt intercepted by the Waxers. Cleared up out of their zone, way at his own end. Gets a stick on it. Hold it there, way. Pass through center ice. That'll go, no icing. Good Wade Andradian on the forecheck. Waxers pick it up, send it out the far wing. To the blue line and out. Out of the reach of everybody. No icing. Picked up by Jeffrey Stedman. He'll send that to Way in the far corner. Way to Andrade. Andrade intended for Nickel, intercepted by the Waxers. We'll pass that all the way back in their own zone. To the near wing. Jeffrey Stedman clears that out. To Felix at center ice. Felix in over the blue line. Poke check. Puck comes back to Jeffrey Stedman at center ice. He sends it off the boards for Nickel, who sends it off the boards into the Waxers' end. 9.5 minutes to go in the period. Waxers to the near corner. To the blue line and out. Jeffrey Stedman. Off the boards. Picked up by the Waxers. They'll bring it in. Felix with a good stick. And he's going for slashing. Flyers penalty. 2 minutes for slashing. 9-10 in the third period. Shot intercepted by Sloan. Shot saved by Milks. He'll hold that for a whistle. Telford in on the draw. He wins it to Mass. Mass sends it up the near wing to the blue line and out. And Trady giving chase in on the over the blue line. Waxers passing it back and forth between the D to the blue line up to center ice to Sloan off the boards to the Waxers blue line. And Trady along the boards trying to keep it in there. Gets a piece of it, chips it in. Telford in on the forecheck. Waxers send it out the far wing. In over the Flyers blue line. Mass applying pressure. Puck settles down behind the Flyers goal. Sloan to Andrade to the blue line and out. That'll be offside. Ooh. Darling in for the draw. Won by the Waxers. They'll play that to the feet of Savory. He'll hold it along the half boards. Darling and Ambrosio step in to give him a hand. Waxers wasn't moving, and they'll hold it for a whistle. Darling in for the draw. Another one won by the Waxers. Quick shot, deflected by Darling to the blue line and out. Ambrosio picks up that loose puck, brings it down the far wing. Lets a shot go from the point. Held there by the Waxers goaltender for the whistle. Darling back in for the draw. Wins it clean to Ambrosio with a quick shot. Ambrosio gets the rebound. Shot deflected high over the net. Darling in the near corner. He'll hold it. He gets bumped. And the Waxers are going to the box for that. Darling. And they'll send both. Ambrosio steps in to take the draw. Ambrosio wins it to Guglietti. He turns. Stick handles, lets the shot go. Brought down by the Waxers goaltender. Hold it for a whistle. Ambrosio back in for the draw. Has it in his feet. Wasn't sure where it was. Guglietti gets a piece of it, keeps it, gets it to the blue line. O'Shea, he fires it back in to the far half boards. Ambrosio on the forecheck, clear to the blue line and out. Waxers down the far wing. Guglietti intercepts that pass. Takes it wide to the near wing. Sends that to Ambrosio at center ice. Ambrosio takes it to the near corner. Back to 5-on-5. Ambrosio circling. Hits the brakes, lets a shot go. And the Waxers goaltender will hold that for a whistle. Just under 7 minutes to go in the third period. Nickel in for the draw. Nickel wins it in his feet. Picked up by the Waxers to the blue line and out. Guglietti picks that loose puck at center ice. Brings it back in the zone. Takes it wide, lets a shot go. Blocker save, rebound. Cleared out by the Waxers down the near wing. Jeffrey Stedman collects that puck in zone blue line. Pass up to Nickel at center ice to Felix. Felix in over the blue line. Tries to step through to Nickel. Gets it almost to Felix. Intercepted. Waxers send it to the near boards. To the blue line and out. way. Clears it to the half boards. Waxers players fell. Flyers penalty. 2 minutes for interference. Telford in for the draw. He wins it clean to Sloan. Sloan fires it to the blue line, past everybody, and that'll go down the ice. DeCamillis on his horse, try to beat this guy. DeCamillis in the corner. Ties up his man, gets the puck in the corner before he gets hammered down. Telford picks up that loose puck, brings it back to the corner. Behind to the far side, hits the brakes, sends it back to the far corner. Telford collects it. Telford still with possession. Outworking everybody. Let's shot. Flyers goal. Scored by number 29, Callum Telford. Short-handed goal even. Telford in for the draw for the Flyers. A minute and a half to go in the Flyers penalty. Telford wins it to DeCamillis. DeCamillis takes down his man and picks up the loose puck. DeCamillis gets tripped. Gets the puck in over the blue line to Telford. Telford walks out front. Intercepted by the Waxers player. They didn't get control of it. DeCamillis picks up that loose puck. He hits the brakes. Out front. And the Waxers goaltender hold that for a whistle. Waxers penalty, 2 minutes for tripping. 5:16 to go in the third period. 4-on-4 for a minute. Telford in for the draw. He wins it clean to DeCamillis, almost stripped by the Waxers. Waxers play to the point, hops over Mass's stick. Telford's back at center ice to pick it up. Cross ice pass intercepted by the Waxers, cleared out by Sloan. Dumped back in by the Waxers. Telford off the boards, DeCamillis to the blue line. Kept in, Mass changes direction, sends it out the far side. Center ice for Telford, off the boards. Held there by the Waxers, and they'll clear it out to center ice. Sloan from center ice dumps it in the zone. Waxers fire that puck out down the ice. That'll be icing. .16 seconds left in the Flyers penalty. Andrade steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He wins it to Ambrosio, skates. Ambrosio turns, fires. Goaltender holds it. Yep.